So I got a phone call just a few minutes ago from a friend that said, "Hey Val, take a look at this little article. It might surprise you." And so I went and took a look and immediately recognized that this is one of the reasons we get challenged with understanding what mainstream media is about and what alternative media is about. I don't believe you will find this story anyplace on mainstream media. I also cannot validate that it's authentic. So the first thing I started to do was to look for alternative sources reporting the same type of story from different sources that they have. So are more than one reporters reporting the story but yet has different sources that they're reporting from? Is there a convergence of the story? Are there different citizen journalists doing the same thing and talking about it? So I went and looked, and there are several. So I pulled up a few of the articles, but the first thing I did was I went to the coastguardnews.com and started to look at what this story was about. And it will be a little shocking for some of you. It's not for me because I've been following this type of dialogue for a while. However, it is one of the reasons that alt media gets such a bad rap. So they report on things that we don't want to hear. This story is about the fact that the Coast Guard offloads $125 million worth of seized cocaine in Puerto Rico. Why is that important or of interest to us? Because the name of this vessel was the Lady Michelle. And that's going to have a little bit of resonance for some of you. It is connected with the ex-President Obama. However, we've not validated that that vessel is owned by Obama, but here's what Obama is doing at this time as we go through it. Before it's news is a source that is crowdsourced information. Is it a valid alternative media? It's up for grabs right now. I believe that it has some validity for one reason, which is counterintuitive. It is under such attack on the internet. So if you Google before it's news to see if it's a valid source, you're going to see several pages of absolute out-and-out attacks about it being crowdsourced and that it's got fake information on it and that people can write anything they want. And it really is more of an attack than you normally see. And when I see that type of behavior, then I also correlate that with mainstream media attacking, having a vicious attack on sources that they're trying to squelch because people are talking about the truth through alternative sources. And it's a little disturbing like this one. So I went to Before It's News to see what they had to say on here. And they reported that Obama flees after massive drug bust aboard the Lady Michelle vessel in the Caribbean. President Barack Obama fled Washington, D.C. this past Friday, 10th of March, traveling to New York City, Omaha, Nebraska, San Jose, California, ending up in Hawaii, and then keeping him ahead of the investigators, he went on down to, I think it was Tahiti. I've got to see the rest of this article. It's kind of skipping out on me. But anyway, he went to French Polynesia is where he went. So is this story got some validity to it? I don't know, but it's got a video attached to it and links for all of their sources. So that's an interesting one. So then I went to another source, which is interesting and also questionable. Is it an honest source? But I keep finding that the articles that's reported in here are also corroborated frequently. So it is just a source I'll go to see, are they talking about it? And yeah, they're reported today that France refuses FBI request to interview Obama over drug bust linked to the Lady Michelle vessel. A sobering foreign intelligence service reported circulating in today that the France's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Development has refused a request by the Paris Legal Attaché of the United States, FBI, to interview former President Obama, who fled to the French Polynesian island of Tahiti while being pursued by investigators from the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network of the U.S. Department of Treasury, who were seeking to interview him about one of the largest drug busts in American history occurring in the Caribbean aboard a fishing vessel named the Lady Michelle. According to this report, beginning on the 10th of March, President Obama fled from his home in Washington, D.C. using over 9,600 kilometer or 6,000 mile escape path that brought him first to New York City, where he met with his private attorneys, then Omaha, Nebraska, where he met with famed billionaire investor Warren Buffett, who is known as the Fixer, then to California, where he met with American tech titans, and then on to Hawaii, where he said goodbye to his wife and family, with his finally ending up in Tahiti under French government control that is nearly impossible to extradite anyone from, and whose citizens are urging Obama to become politically involved. So I'm seeing some correlation between several sources. I'm going to keep my ears to the ground on this one, but this is also another reason alt media is taking such a bad rap, is because they're talking about things that are frightening for many of us. So in that regard, as we sift and sort the wheat from the chaff, this is one of the stories that you have to put your boots on and go, is this real? Is it plausible? Is it something that I want to kind of track to see what happens? Yeah, for me, it's plausible, simply because I've been following this type of thing with elites for a while, and this is very plausible. So I'm gonna watch this story for a little while and see what happens. Again, this is a challenge for those who want to step into the alt media arena. This is the type of stories that you're going to come across. So on that note, let's keep watching.